Hey everybody, sorry for the delay. Welcome to What You Need to Know. It is Wednesday. It's Myra J and Stephen Hill Day here on What You Need to Know. We have one half of that dynamic duo. That is the ever lovely and ever hilarious Myra J. Hey Myra, how you doing?
Hello, hello, hello. I'm feeling all purple. You know what? I blend in with the vote, vote, vote with the
Yeah.
frame thing.
And it's better than last week where we just had it over our faces going in.
Yeah,
Remember
yes, yes,
that?
yes, 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 yes.
Now we
In
have it as
in the words
wallpaper.
of great John, the great late John
Oh,
Witherspoon,
we're on.
Uh,
coordinate,
You coordinated,
coordinate.
yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, that's a nice
yeah,
reference. The late
yeah.
great John. It's hard to believe.
Great
Hello,
spoon.
Stephen
Yep.
Hill. How are you?
I'm here. How are you, Sybil?
Okay.
Sybil, Sybil, what's the challenge right now?
What's the challenge?
You know what? COVID-19 is a challenge. You know what else is a
Yes.
challenge?
Uh huh.
To not have COVID-19 and yet have a regular old, and remember these, colds.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I have a test. I'm very clear I don't have COVID. I had a test literally on Saturday, but I have a
Okay.
cold. So being outside and coughing, you can't explain to everybody, go ahead, no. Remember
Oh.
colds? Remember
Yeah.
regular old colds?
They don't
Do you
exist.
I'm gonna
remember
tell you,
regular
ain't
colds?
nobody believing you.
I
Right.
You a
know.
lie.
I
Get away from
know.
me. I
Yeah.
tell you
I'm
right now, no.
I'm trying to
It
get a
used to.
shirt
It
made with
used to
my
be.
results. I'm trying to get a shirt made with my results on the front, but I can't get it
Yeah.
made quick enough.
It used to be the people would sneeze or cough and go allergies, like
Yeah.
okay. And
Yeah, no.
now
Yeah.
it's way beyond that. Yeah,
You know.
we do
The
need
Just
smart
something.
people the
about
smart people know once I sneeze, they're like, oh, okay, you're good because you don't sneeze a COVID. COVID's a cough thing, not a sneeze thing. But I can't fake a sneeze because I would do it all day. Anyhow.
look. I went to my tax man just about a month ago, and they put me in this big conference room. And when he walked in with his mask, he said, "Myra, I'm telling you right now, I have allergies." This man was sneezing and trying to show me tax work. By the time we finished, I was all the
Ah,
way on the other end of the
mm.
conference room, and he's like chasing me. Do you understand? I understand that your ass is sneezing. Back up. That's what I understand. Back up off of me, dude.
Remember the days when it was just a cough, when it was just
Yeah.
a cold, when it was just allergies.
I got a regular
Just.
cold, but everybody's like, I cough. I swear, because me and the Faithful Ward went to Benihana's for the annual day before school,
Uh-huh.
and I had to cough a little bit, and someone went, and the whole restaurant went,
Whoa. Whoa. And were you at the communal table?
oh no, they don't have those anymore. It's
Oh, okay.
outside. They burn all
Okay.
your food inside now and then bring it out.
And then bring,
Yeah,
oh, so you, okay, they
yeah.
burn it and then bring it to you.
That's right. That's right. There's
He
no
back there
more.
flipping shrimp by himself,
Right, right.
flipping the shrimp. Nobody
No
to
more
watch
onion
him no more.
Alfredo.
Nobody's applauding.
Right.
Ah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, all of that stuff.
You know what else
Right,
has changed?
right.
My car wouldn't start the other day. I have to call AAA, blah blah blah. So I'm thinking, okay, he'll probably have to tow it. I'm gonna get a ride with the tow. AAA let you know
Mm-mm.
there is no ride with the tow truck driver.
No ride
Oh
share
no.
there. Uh-uh.
Yep. You got to get to where that car is going best way you can. You got to call an
Wow.
Uber or something.
Wow.
Yes. You
Can you
can't
ride
get
So,
in
in.
the car as being towed? Can you ride in the driver's seat just like?
yes, because
like what it is.
Can you do that?
Going over a
Can
speed
you do
bump? No.
that?
hey, slow
Yeah.
down. Yeah, that's you can't.
Let me put on the turn signal.
Right.
Yep. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
So Myra, I wonder, like, I'm assuming this was in the middle of the day.
This was early in the morning.
Okay.
Fortunately, the car did start, but they let me know that before he got there,
Right,
saying
right.
if it will not start, he has to tell you. You have to get there literally the best way you can. You
Wow.
cannot
Wow.
ride with the driver.
Wow.
And I was counting on riding with the driver.
Of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, of
Of
course.
course.
They said no, not anymore because of COVID.
So
Not
I wonder,
today.
like, and I'm always fearful of like that whole night travel and getting, stranded with your car kind of deal. I mean,
Hmm.
I'm not unusual than most people, but I'm just wondering, like, if this had happened when it was midnight, and would they have made an exception for you or not? or you just had to
Uh,
ask him to wait till Uber came?
right. That's what I was gonna do. I'm like, look, we got to get here at the same time. So I was just gonna ask him to wait for the Uber driver to come. But
Right.
just
Wow.
keep that in mind, people. You can't ride with the tow truck driver because of
Hmm.
COVID.
Wow. And it used to be you didn't want to.
I know. I know. I got
and-
offended. I was like, I've been a member for 20 something years. What do you mean I can't get a ride?
right. Like, oh, I'm
Yep.
good. I'm good. So, Myra, let's ask for the people. How's your foot?
Oh, the foot is getting better.
Good.
Yes, it's getting better. Still can't cut the rug yet. Every night. Yeah. Lord knows I've tried.
That's
No,
funny.
no, no, no. We're
For,
still wearing the big black shoe, but I can drive in it.
can you
All
can
right.
you can you cut the rug in a chair?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay.
There's still plenty of booty rolling right in the chair.
All
Hey,
right. All right.
hey,
All right
hey.
then.
Just
Yes.
every now and then I have to be careful when I kick it up and bring it down. Like, oh, okay,
Whoa.
can't do that. Can't do that.
So obviously, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
today's for folks who don't know, we have the What You Need to Know newsletter, and that's we discuss the headlines from that. For those who are not enrolled, who have not subscribed yet, please go to sybilwilkes.com, SYBILWILC. He's already subscribed. .com, and give us your name and your email address, and we'll get you the What You Need to Know newsletter each Monday through Friday morning, first thing. And today in the newsletter, we had the conversation. I started the news story about the Postmaster General's getting toasted by a House committee for his alleged misdeeds regarding contributions to the Trump campaign, right? So everybody knows that he got the job because he was a major contributor, Louis DeJoy.
Mm-hmm.
And now they are, and we saw him before the Senate and before the House a couple of weeks ago trying to explain, and he had some explaining to do about the removal of the mail sorting machines as well as the letter boxes from the corners, about the delays in delivering our mail, and all of this is happening, of course, as we are getting ready for the big November 3rd election, or at least for people who want to mail in their ballots and get that
Right.
done early and what have you. So now, this was a part of the conversation a couple of weeks ago. The House Oversight Committee is opening an investigation and calling for the suspension of the Postmaster General for accusations that he reimbursed his employees at the New Breed Logistics Company, his former North Carolina company, for campaign contributions that the employees made to DeJoy's preferred GOP politicians. So here's the deal.
Yeah.
You encourage your employees, I'm not sure at what level, but you encourage your employees to make these contributions to your preferred GOP politicians, namely Donald Trump. And don't
Right.
worry, I got you. I'm going to
I got you.
reimburse you.
Can burst you.
Right,
Uh-huh.
right. I'm gonna make
Uh-huh.
sure
Uh-huh.
I'm good. You're good. You're good. But we're just gonna make sure that, because I've reached my limit. You can only.
Right.
That's right.
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 You start
And
never guessing.
so then you go and you'll reach your limit, and I got that. And so now it is about the reimbursement, and as a part of this, how appropriate is this? It's not.
It's
And
now. How
so.
many snakes are in this pit?
Right. Tell them this.
It's just
And so
not.
now criminal investigation is perhaps on its way.
Yeah.
What do you think? Does
Guilty.
anything
What?
surprise
Next
you
next
anymore?
question.
Yeah, does anything surprise you anymore? I mean,
No. 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 No.
No, not even a little bit. No, no, not the biggest thing that surprised me about the story is, and I mean this sincerely, is
uh,
when you did this, when you did that.
Sybil made it rain, okay?
You're like, oh, I never thought about making it rain on the postal service, but okay.
Well,
And
it
she
was,
told me she wasn't busy this weekend.
Right.
well, it was. He was making it rain on the new breed in
Yeah.
employees.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But
sure.
outside of that, nothing surprises me. There's going to be more stuff that we may talk about today. How he's talked about COVID recently. That doesn't surprise me. And the challenge is, it doesn't surprise me. And the problem with that
That's
is that
it.
nothing is
Yeah,
surprising. And so
yeah,
people are going to go vote for their favorite reality star on
yeah,
November 3rd. And that's a
yeah.
problem. Not who can run the country better. Like, who entertains me more? Who
Yeah,
entertains me more?
yeah. Who is more?
Yeah.
And to that point, Stephen Hill. Today, I had the television on as I was working, and God bless him, Joe Biden was making a campaign appearance in Michigan,
No.
and
Mm-hmm.
it's not entertaining, and it shouldn't be. But we have come to look at our person in the White House, not ours, but the person in the White House, and say, man, this is good television. He is the worst. He is absolutely, but this is good television, and that should not be our standard. Joe
And
Oh
Biden
no,
was out there.
it's worse than
look,
that. It's worse than that. So compare the ratings for CNN, Fox
Hmm.
News, MSNBC now to the last term of Obama.
Yeah,
And there's no question how
nothing.
many more people are watching because they want to see what Trump's going to do. So
What's he going to
yeah.
do
therefore,
this time? Yeah,
therefore, and remember, news is a commercial endeavor. So it's
right.
in their best interest to provide the programming that's going to get the most viewers. So
Yep.
believe it or not, it's in news's best interest to have Trump as president. Do
Yep.
Oh, look,
not discount that. Do
Yeah,
not
you're
discount that
absolutely right.
reality
look,
You're
when you
right.
when you
look,
talk about coverage or how it happens. Cable news got Trump in the White House. They might keep him there.
Yeah, I
look.
believe.
Poor little
Oh,
Michael
that's
Cohen.
scary.
His book came out. That was supposed to be the hot topic. He
Right.
been bumped to the side now because
By
of Bob,
Bob
Bob
Woodward.
Woodward. And
Yeah.
here's my advice: if you're a politician and Bob Woodward comes after you, you need to leave the country.
It's
That's
like
Okay?
right.
the old Mike Wallace thing.
Right.
Remember when people would say, Mike Wallace is here to see you? Exactly.
Exactly. It's like 60
Exactly.
minutes is at the door. It's like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
no,
Yeah. And
no,
and
no.
but here's the thing, and we'll talk about Rage, which is the Bob Woodward book. But it's just nothing surprises us, and nothing is more entertaining, and that really saddens me,
Mm-hmm.
because we are at the penultimate point of destruction with this country.
Hmm.
um, so and to know that, that he gives the news networks more eyeballs,
Mm-hmm.
than the man who has finally come out of the basement is out there, is really trying to make people understand what his plans are and how he is going to turn this country around. And all we hear is wah 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 wah. That's
No, no. I was really listening to him because it was just so refreshing to hear someone speak in complete sentences and not say things like Thailand. I just to me,
Wait, hold on. Listen, first of all, to be honest, I've been to Thailand.
I have too.
all
I'm
right
sorry. I'm
then.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I've
I'm
been to
sorry.
Phuket.
Sorry.
Okay,
And she didn't call
I've
it
been to Patong
Phuket
Beach.
either.
Right, right. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. But
Right.
but it's a thing where it's almost like you can't keep your eyes off a train wreck,
Yeah, exactly.
kind of thing.
That's it.
The
That's it.
the only thing is the train won't wreck. We just keep sitting here waiting, going,
And he
when is
keeps
this
getting
train
he
gonna
keeps
freaking
getting
crash? Yeah.
somebody keeps putting the train back on the track, and they move on till the
Hmm.
next train wreck, and then he falls over, and his minions come, pop him back up, and put him back on the track.
The train we think is about to wreck is just picking up steam. That's the
Yeah.
challenge.
Hmm.
Man,
That's
what?
that's the
Yeah,
challenge.
because it's going like this, and then it's going to go down, and it's no brakes, no
Right.
nothing.
And
Yeah.
a second, not I don't want to fall to the divot, but a second
Mm,
term of Trump is going to be like he's playing for nothing. Like there's nothing.
yeah,
He's not playing for a re-election. So
no,
It's a longer
Oh.
story, but democracy is not built for Donald Trump. It's built
Right.
for
It's the end of
benevolency.
democracy.
It's not. It's
Trust
not
me.
built.
Trust me.
Democracy it's fragile. Democracy is fragile, and our founding fathers. Okay, I call them founding
At
fathers
its
because I was
very
smart enough.
best, it's fragile.
It's
At its
fragile.
very best.
Right. So you have a guy just coming in there with a freaking Tonka truck trying to knock all your Legos
And
down.
doing
That's the
this.
problem.
Right.
At
But
Thailand.
but this is what I found so interesting about today. With all the news that popped off today, wasn't the RNC just last week, a week
Week
before
before
last? I'm like,
last,
where
yeah.
are these sycophants now?
Yeah.
Especially the Black Trump supporters.
Oh, yeah.
Where you at? Where you at?
Dead.
You
Dead.
know what? You know what? They're the same ones that gave him those words that he spoke to Bob Woodward. When he asked Woodward, "Oh, you're not drinking the Kool-Aid, are you?" He doesn't know
Exactly.
about that. He
Exactly.
doesn't talking about black folks and feeling some sort of compassion for the way black people are feeling and
Exactly.
going through this with George Floyd. He's like, you're not drinking the Kool-Aid, are you?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mm-hmm.
when and he is these are the same people who are probably trumpeting the idea, and I didn't mean that to use that word, but
Mm-hmm.
publicizing the idea that Kim Jong Un has called our president, our real president, an a-hole.
Mm-hmm.
And they relish in that. He relished in telling that. You cannot tell me that talking to a man who brought down the Nixon administration and talking to him with such willful abandon that a North Korean dictator, you like the fact that he called our president an a-hole. It
Wait,
doesn't.
no, he said His Excellency. He holds hands. The time that I held hands with His Excellency. This man he doesn't care who you are, as long as you are up in his chocolate, he is a happy camper.
Exactly.
That's the
Yeah.
front
Here's the thing.
And
and back
soon,
of it.
and soon, when are we going to realize the emperor has no clothes? That
Yep.
all he wants is a monarchy, and he has no clothes.
Yep.
I'd like to add something new to this, Sybil. Just when something goes really bad and we don't really know how to take it from there, in our frustrations, just a really, 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 really bad piano chord.
For emphasis.
Just for emphasis, just bad.
Oh yeah. That that last one. That
It's
was
a bad
the one.
piano.
I really thought you were going to play the opening chords from Michael Jackson's "Bad." I don't know why I just knew that music was there.
No, okay.
So we'll talk more about this rage thing and what has come out of this. I want to give. We did have an update about the Breonna Taylor situation in Louisville, Kentucky. I don't know if either of you watched the Kentucky Derby on Saturday. The people
No.
who are part of Justice for Breonna had asked that they boycott the Kentucky Derby, and they had a day. Obviously, the protests are continuing, but around the city, they had protests, including around Churchill Downs, the racetrack where the Derby is held.
Okay.
Little to no spectators, probably only the owners of the horses and other horse personnel there at the race itself. There was a plane that flew overhead.
Yes, I heard about that.
And so that read arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor.
Yeah.
That was the message there. One interesting thing is that you don't see a lot of people who are involved in horse racing, and especially at that level. But there was a black man who is an owner, one of the African American horse owner, and his horse was in the Derby, and was asked by civil rights activists to withdraw from Saturday's competition in protest of the police killing. And he told CNN that despite supporting the protesters' cause, he was not willing to give in to their demands and preferred to use the event as a platform.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't. Go ahead, Myra. I'm just.
look, it's no spectators. It's one of the few times a black man gets in there. Let them. You know what? Let the man and his horse run. You know, I didn't
And the
have a
horse
problem
he
with that.
rode in.
He's like,
Right. And the horse he rode in. You know, I didn't have a problem. I really didn't. Yeah. I'm like, when is he gonna get another chance? And he has a
And
platform right now, just like you
yeah,
said.
yeah.
but the question is, did he use it?
Well, I don't know. Did he wear a
Yeah.
hat? Did he have
A
what did
nice
he
little
do?
derby.
Yeah, Derby.
No, I don't know how he used his platform. I searched far and wide and did not see how. If anybody has that information, please let us know. But the more important act is that of a black man in the state of Kentucky who is the Attorney General, Stephen Hill's new BFF, Daniel Cameron. Still waiting for his investigation into the shooting.
Yeah.
So sorry, I didn't see you there. I'm so sorry. I thought it was by myself. I thought I was all alone.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no.
That's
The really interesting thing that did come out this week is that the city of Louisville, the Metro Police Department, has made another appointment of an interim chief of the police department, and this time it's a sister. It's a black woman by the name of Yvette Gentry. She is a retired former deputy chief, and she was asked to come in, and she said she did not interview for the gig, and she does
That's why I'm
not want
laughing.
it.
And that's why I'm laughing.
oh,
Okay.
She got, let me get this straight. So then they giving out jobs to people who don't even bother to apply. Where these jobs be at? Like,
Hello, right?
Hey, run the police department. Wait, I'm sorry. What?
What?
No, don't bother to
she was
apply.
like, I was
They
kicking it at
gotta
the
apply.
crib.
Right.
Like, I did not apply
I just
for this
came in from
job.
the protest.
Do you not see my Black Lives Matter shirt?
Justice for Brianna.
Okay.
Do you not see my Dan Cameron sucks t-shirt? What's up? Okay, I'll take the job.
Yeah, and
She said she doesn't want it permanently.
Yeah.
So I hope she comes in a whomping and a stomping. Since she doesn't plan to stay anyway, you know, it's like kick butt, take names, and then go deuces.
So check out our What You Need to Know newsletter tomorrow. We talk about all of the police chiefs who have resigned in the wake of George Floyd in cities around this country.
Wow.
It is startling and disturbing to see what has happened, and not that things didn't happen to them before. Like in the city of Dallas, we've had a black woman who has had a real challenge in this city. Not the least of which was being the head of the police department when Botham John was shot and killed in his own apartment
Right.
by Amber
Right.
Geiger. But then in the wake of George Floyd and all of the protests and the way things went there. So that is you, Renee Hall. And what was that little ditty? And
Nothing. That was a mistake. No,
Okay.
that was
Okay. Well, that'll be interesting because we can compare that list to the number of black people who have been killed unjustly.
Yeah. Hello. Well, that number.
Yeah. So now, you know,
exactly.
let's do that.
Some good news. So there is some good news.
Major court.
And it's as a result of the pandemic. T-Mobile, the wireless company, has formed a partnership with school districts nationwide, and this 10-year partnership worth $10.7 billion
Wow.
will give free wireless hotspots and high-speed data to all U.S. children who are part of the free and reduced price school lunch programs.
Oh, cool.
That's
Very
pretty
cool.
awesome.
That's a huge.
Very,
I
very
want to
cool.
make sure this is the software and the hardware.
This, as far as I can tell, yeah, the free wireless hotspots and the high-speed data.
That is amazing to actually give out the hardware, the hotspots. So what that means is that every child will be able to attach to the internet for free by connecting their device to the hotspot, which will go to the cellular device, and they get the cellular free. That is a huge deal.
That is
good.
Right. We need a sound effect for that, Stephen. A sound effect.
Well, that's not a bad good. That's not good.
Oh,
That's it.
and
That's it.
we
Okay.
had a little bit of an
And then,
earthquake there
yeah, a
too.
little bit, a little
Okay,
bit, a little bit, a little bit.
that's earth-shaking news, though.
Yes,
Congratulations to
yes,
them.
yes.
Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, an unprecedented 50 million students are learning remotely,
Yeah.
and
Cool.
T-Mobile is helping them to get their lessons and to stay connected to their teachers and their classmates and all of that. And that's
That's
a
very
beautiful
cool.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
That is
yeah.
fantastic, and it absolves them from the T-Mobile joke that I was really thinking about laying out there, and I decided no, since they're doing such a good thing, we'll just
Hmm.
leave T-Mobile alone right now. So
Yes.
go
Good for you.
T-Mobile.
Yeah, they're the good guys right
Yeah,
now.
They're
Yes.
the good
absolutely.
guys. So
Uh,
we shouldn't joke about them at all.
No,
Not even a little
no,
bit. No,
no,
not,
no,
no,
not,
no.
not
no,
today.
no.
Not
But if we
We may be
today.
did,
trying to get a
no, just
sponsor.
no. Kudos
um,
T-Mobile. That is huge.
kudos.
It'll help.
Yeah,
The divide between African American children
Yeah.
the
yeah,
divide
yeah.
when it comes to the people who have the least and people who have the most will be
Yeah.
short. Will be small. Made small greatly.
Closing the
Definitely.
gap. Yes.
Yes.
See, T-Mobile is making fun of my vocabulary skills right there.
And that's the gap that the new interim police chief in Louisville, Kentucky, was standing in. It was closing that gap. So I know you've seen this story, Stephen Hill and Myra. I'm pretty sure, being the news maven that you are, you have seen this. Black man jogging down the streets of his Florida town gets stopped by police because he resembles the description of a man who has just stolen some lawn equipment
Yes,
from
yes, Myra.
someone's backyard.
Black African American of African descent. Um,
Hmm.
A
um,
black man with
a
a
black man.
beard,
Yes, with a beard.
Black
white
shorts and white top.
tank top.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
Yes. Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
So he's jogging. Whoo, 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 whoo. He's a healthy type of guy. He's a nurse. He handles is a manager of an ICU unit at his hospital, and former military guy, healthy and doing that thing. 28 years old, jogging, and matched the description of a burglary suspect. According to the camera footage, the policeman stopped the gentleman whose name is Joseph Griffin. Said, "Hey, buddy, you're not in any trouble or anything.
So,
There's a burglary that happened, and you kind of fit the description." And
uh-oh.
We lost Sybil, but I will.
We
Let me.
lost
Okay,
Sybil.
well, to be fair, they could not have been kinder, right? They
Right.
said like
He
you
did
fit
say
the exact description.
this is
They
not a
said
race
you
thing.
no.
Yep.
We got a
Yep.
description of a black man with a beard, white tank top, black
Black.
shorts. The
Yep.
guy approached like I put my hands up like so we have to detain you until we can get more information. Dude
Yep.
starts recording. Okay, so I'm to the part where the dude starts recording, but
right, he's just
everybody is on their best behavior, right? We've got
right.
an
Hmm.
exact description: black top, white top, black shorts, black man beard. We have to detain you, so I have to put the handcuffs on you, and that's where we were.
And
Civil.
keep you
That's where
out in the
we
sun. He didn't put him in the car. He didn't take
No.
him out into the
No.
shade. He kept him
right.
out in the sun. But
Right.
his Facebook Live is still going apparently, and people, and he's still keeping his friends and family apprised of what's going on.
While it's
Sure
happening.
enough, sure enough,
He
they
did show his ID.
he gave
You
him
know,
his ID,
his ID. Yes, when they asked him.
and he said that he's really glad because he has been known to leave his ID at home, and his wife has given him hell about that but
Hmm.
luckily he had his ID,
Hmm.
and he's standing there apparently, and the officer called for backup. He's recording this on Facebook Live. Listen, just bear with me, okay? I'm not saying you're guilty or anything, but so he says, okay, I got a newborn baby girl at home. It's all cool. I just want to get this done and get home to the wife and the baby. So he asks him to sit the phone down on the ground. He begins to follow the order. He stops and says he'll put it on the ground himself. And he said, "You're not under arrest. I'm detaining you, blah, blah, blah." He's still going through this. They brought the person who filed the report, and the person said, "No, that is not the man."
Hmm.
They let him go. But in the meantime, the sheriff's deputy heard what happened and how this went. and how it's supposed to go all the time.
Mm-hmm.
How it is supposed to go by the book each time. You pick a black man up, you tell him what this is all about, and then you get the information, you let him go. That's the way it's supposed to be done. The sheriff was so impressed with this young man, Mr. Griffin, and he said, I want you on my team. He offered him a
Yeah.
job.
He opened a job.
Offered him a
Yeah.
job. And he
Mm-hmm.
said, "No, I'm cool. I'm cool being
Right.
in,
Right.
I'm good being in the intensive care unit
Yeah,
of
right.
a
During a
hospital."
pandemic.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And so just
I'd,
like,
I'd
you know
rather be
what?
around all that in a pandemic than be with you guys. So you're good.
So, but
That's funny.
he is going to participate in sessions with the people as to procedurals and how
Yeah.
this is all supposed to go. Um,
Okay.
just a really and just a God, that's the way it's supposed to happen each and every
Mm-hmm.
time. That's
Mm-hmm.
the way it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah. 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 It was fluffy
Yeah.
music.
That's just like this. So it does reiterate, however, and not however, and your job is just to get home. Your
Yeah,
job is to get home. Your job is to
yeah.
get home to your kids. Your job is to sublimate whatever intense how feeling you feel about policemen or whatever at that time. At that moment, your
Mm-hmm.
job is to get home. And Mr. Griffin understood that there
Yes.
was
Mm-hmm.
nothing more important than him getting home to his family. And
Mm-hmm.
so when you run up against police, no matter how they act, and
Mm-hmm.
in this case, and then to be clear, then this act, I think by everybody's measurement, that's the way law enforcement should go. But not
Mm-hmm.
everybody's going to run into that. But your
Right.
job is to get home,
Right. Right.
legislate, take them to court, everything else afterwards. But get home
Right.
first.
And and when the facts came out, they were looking for a black man with a beard, with a white top,
Yeah,
and black shorts,
yeah.
which is what he was wearing, as opposed to we're really looking for a 6'5" white female, you know, which is
And
why
he
we
fit,
stopped you,
and
you
we
know.
and you fit the description.
Right,
Yes,
right,
yes.
right. So
Blackface is big in this area. We think that may be the case.
Good for Mr. Griffin, and good. And actually, the little deputy, sounded very Barney Fife-ish to me in my head.
he did.
But
Wait,
but
wait.
he's like, you know what? Hey, buddy,
It's not a race thing. It's not a race thing. And then at the very end, did you hear him say, I wasn't gonna let anything happen to you, man.
Yeah,
I wasn't gonna let anything
he
happen
did
to you, man.
everything but
yeah,
this,
yeah,
my
Right,
yeah.
brother.
right. Like, I'm just doing my job. The people
Right,
called me like,
right.
look,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
see him. He right there on the street. You gotta pull him over. He was like, I wasn't gonna let nothing happen to you. Okay, I wasn't gonna let nothing
Oh my gosh. And that's where we are. That's where we are today.
happen.
Did either of you ever fancy yourselves as a good enough, I guess, sports person
No.
to
Oh,
to perhaps take up a sport like tennis professionally?
well,
You mean go to see
no,
professional tennis matches?
no,
No, no. I
no.
mean for you to be the next Arthur Ashe, you to be the next
Let me
Yannick
tell you
Noah,
about
Myra.
my tennis lesson when I really
Lesson,
thought,
lesson.
yes, lesson. There's no Z on the end, lesson. And so, they're like, okay, you're left-handed, da da da, and here's the form, and you do like this. Well, okay, I'm holding the tennis racket over here, but the ball was over here. So when the ball came towards me, I just switched the racket over to this side and hit the ball. It shut the whole tennis court down. Everybody went, you can't do that. I'm like, why?
Why
And no
not?
one can tell me a rule why you can't switch hands when the ball is coming toward you. Because that be running all the way across the damn court. Okay, you just put the tennis racket over here and hit the ball over there. And
You
they
can't do
made
that.
that's what they
illegal.
told me. And they made me go sit down and watch. That's why I said
Myra.
they did. They hurt my little feelings because but I really think the reason they made me sit down because no one could answer my question when I said,
Go sit down. Go sit down somewhere.
"Why can't you switch hands? What's the rule?"
I was unaware that was a rule. I'm dead serious. I'm not playing tennis. I can't play professionally, but like I was unaware that if you're ambidextrous, you can't hit a forearm with your right, and then if it comes.
And
the
so
other,
they just want you just to use and to
backhand.
switch, but not to go.
Look, let me tell you, it was two guys. They were probably just mad because I stumped them, okay, and made me go sit down.
That's right. Let them know.
You know what I'm saying?
And they were not
the ball was over to the side, so I went, oh, it's over here, and just hit it.
And these were not the first men that you stumped. Let us just say for the record, and they were not the last.
Yes.
So we know how successful we have successful Black people who are in professional tennis, and we can list their names, and we've seen them this week in the U.S. Open. The two Black women who dominate the sport right now, Serena Williams and Naomi Osaka, top the list of the highest paid female athletes in the world, bringing in $37.4 million and $36 million respectively in the last year.
Yeah.
So tennis is ranked still just fourth highest of the 100 top paid athletes.
Wow.
And the U.S. Open was the first out of a number of major tennis tournaments that officially end pay discrimination. I remember when Billie Jean King was fighting for that.
Yeah.
And Venus and Serena were also on that. It ranks number one in how much money women can make, with 9 of the 10 highest paid female athletes playing that sport of tennis. And that is in our business and finance section. And so any of you, just got little kids and you're thinking, do I put a football in her hand? Do I put a baseball in his hand? How about a tennis racket?
Yeah. And teach her to use both hands.
And be able to answer that question when Auntie Myra comes by and says, great job, but this and this. Yeah. Stephen Hill, you're right there in New York. Have you been to the U.S. Open?
I have not. No, they're not allowing people in. It's no.
No. I don't mean.
Previously in the past.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. It's an electric place to be. It is a fantastic place to be. I went the first year of the stadium.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. Yes. How was it in that stadium? It's just
spectacular. It's a gorgeous stadium. There's not a bad seat, and the food is fantastic, which is what you measure. All stadiums are measured by their. All stadiums are measured by their food. Shout out to that's why I like Kansas City. Anyhow. Kansas City has great barbecue in their stadium. Kansas City has great stuff in their stadium.
I've heard they have great barbecue there.
They do.
And so that brings me to my next question. As we get close to the opening weekend for the NFL, how are you feeling, Steve?
I'm feeling like my team is haunted.
That would be the Washington football team.
The Washington football team.
Your mother's. Sorry. Sorry.
Maybe they can break the curse now that they don't have, they're not their old name, and there's a new name. There's a new brother as a quarterback. So maybe, and a person of color as the coach. So I'm feeling good about that. I'm feeling good about where they can go.
The brother president.
How did I forget that? Of course, the brother president. For the color coach. White folks can no longer get jobs at the Washington Football Club. It's clear.
It's white like DC.
Chocolate City's back, baby.
You gonna give us? Oh my God! Oh my God! Are you all right?
That was hilarious. I was so excited. It just
turned his world upside down.
Myra, because I'm afraid that water, whatever he was drinking, is probably. I hope it has not ruined his equipment.
No, we're good.
Okay. Myra, do you have any interest in football starting this weekend?
No.
Okay.
You
got that brand new stadium and nobody can come in.
Yeah, so
in Atlanta.
No. Well, no, it's the Falcons, and God bless them. I hope that they do well, but I've tried pulling for the Falcons. I really have. They have hurt my feelings so many times, so many times that I just I my main curiosity thing. I want to see how they're gonna play and stay healthy. I
Yeah.
think that's
Yeah.
that's what I'm kind of more curious
Right.
about. You know, can
Right.
they get through get past COVID and
Yeah.
still play? You
I
know,
mean,
because
there's too much
that's
yelling
crazy.
still. There's too much spitting and spewing of bodily fluids
I mean,
and
they
all of
helmet
that
the
stuff.
booty and face all in your
Yeah,
face and
yeah, yeah,
no.
yeah.
And yet I'll be watching.
I know you will.
I will be. Anyway.
And as soon as they allow people to come in, will you go in?
I will not.
Because
Sybil Wilkes, I will
okay,
not. I will not. I will not. I have no desire to catch the COVID again.
okay,
So,
okay, good.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the large places with lots of people are off my list for now. Except I do have to bring up. I went to Chappelle's summer camp this past weekend. Which, if you've been there, so Chappelle is basically he's doing a bunch of shows in Yellow Springs, Ohio. But if you're in this place called the Bubble, which is like the backstage area and stuff, you get a rapid COVID test immediately as soon as you arrive. As soon as you arrive, you get a COVID test and you get a bracelet. And so you know that everybody's in there has been tested and they're tested negative. It's literally the first time I shook a hand or hugged somebody in 6 months. It was crazy. And so there's a group of like 40 of us were like the first hand I shook was Questlove. Questlove was there. And I was like,
Wow.
oh, this is the first hand I'm shaking.
Yeah, I was like,
in
tell
6
us what a
Oh
hug
my
is like.
I know. All my senses were like, oh, we missed this. Hey, can you
Oh, I
disappoint us?
know.
So it was really shout out to Dave and his team who set up an amazing area there. But I'm sorry, I forgot to bring it up. It was for that moment.
Yeah.
For that moment, we were able to forget about COVID, and it was back where there was, lots of people in a large place with loud music. My 3 favorite L's. So.
Yeah. Wow. How cool.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing that I miss is hugs. Hugs.
Yeah.
I haven't had a hug in over 6 months.
Right.
My arms are
Right.
getting shorter. I just isn't using them, so
That just means you can't box with God. Okay.
There you go.
George Wallace said, "Get your ass off the piano and nana." Steve.
Okay, I will.
You know what that reminds me of? Remember the old days of Second City? Going to Second City where they always play you off or in between scenes and stuff, and they do
Yep.
all that. That's what you are. That's what you're doing for us, providing those little Second City moments for me. So
Major chords for good news, minor chords for bad news. That's all.
okay.
So, Steve, what beyond the physical exchange that you had in hugging and touching people, what was your other takeaway from that weekend?
That nature is awesome, and we should get back to it as much as we possibly can. A lot of people from New York have been spending a lot of time out there with Dave, and Dave, Dave obviously is clearly embraced Yellow Springs in Ohio, and my family, my mother grew up literally about 30 miles from there, so I'm familiar with the area. We go there every summer. But I took away the communing with nature. There are canoe trips that Dave takes people on, and nature walks, and also what I took away is that Louis C.K. is still really, really funny. I know there's a whole show around that. That itself.
Oh yeah.
But look, the same way that you have to allow people to develop and make mistakes and move on.
Yeah.
The same way people have done with me and I've done with other people. It's been a time over the last 3 years, and this is when you have a friend who has this venue and can do it. And Louis C.K.'s been doing shows out there, and
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, it's funny.
I've heard he's been performing, because I know comics who know him and they're like he's killing it. Yeah.
And mentoring is what I understand, and really because people look up to Louis C.K. and he's mentoring young comics who are coming through, and even the more seasoned comics
Young
who are coming
women
through as well. Yes, as a matter of fact, yes. One by the name of Michelle Wolf. Now I don't do a mentoring
Oh,
relationship, but
yeah, yeah,
there's a like a how comedians kind of
yeah,
hang.
yeah.
I always love when
Right.
Myra, I always want to be. Can I be in the group? I'm not funny, but I'm not a comedian, but I just want to be. You guys
I'm
are
a
the
good
cool, like the cool
laugher.
kids. Like you guys are the cool kids. I want to be in your like so.
Right.
But it was that kind of so Michelle Wolf was the only woman comic that was there, but there was clearly a relationship that they had in terms of like professional relationship.
Let us just say and remind people who don't know, Louis C.K. was one of the first entertainers to go down in the whole Me Too era of things when things started coming out about the way that they treated women, the things that they did. He was accused of pleasuring himself with women watching and
Yeah.
things like that, or on the
Whether they wanted to
phone.
or not. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And so and like you said, Steve, that's been what, 3 years?
2 or 3 years, 2.5, 3 years. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So okay, I'm
That's a
not.
whole other show.
Yeah, yeah. It is. It is. It really is. So found out about football. Found out that Myra really doesn't give a rat's ass
No,
about this
no,
weekend.
at
And
all.
I'm like you, but for all the love that I have for football, or had for it, I'm still waiting for Colin to get a job. And so until then,
Colin has a job, by the way. Colin has a job. He is in what is it? EA Sports, Madden Football.
yeah,
Madden
yeah,
Football is a free
yeah.
agent, and every time he scores a touchdown, he puts it the Black Power fist.
Yep.
That's kind of cool.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
shout out to Madden. Whoever puts them. I don't play
I
games,
don't know
so
who put it
whoever put out
together, and
Madden, but shout
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Colin Kaepernick is a
Yep.
free agent on Madden Football,
That's what I was gonna
and scores
say.
a
Yep.
touchdown like
And he
that.
does. Yep. Yep. Puts his fist up. And Tommy Smith and Carlos should be very proud of him.
Yeah,
Thank you all so much. I appreciate you guys.
thank
I
you.
will hope to see you both next Wednesday.
We'll be here next
Okay.
Wednesday.
Stephen,
Yes.
this Thursday night on Instagram.
I am proud to announce that this Thursday night, it all begins and ends with you. On Instagram Live at 7 p.m., Sunglasses and Soul Music. All songs that either begin or end with the word you. Begin
Oh
or
wow.
I
end
like
Oh
that.
with
wow.
the word
You are the
you.
sunshine
Outside
of
There you
of
go.
my
You're my
life.
life.
my and
You
Saturday
don't
on
know me. All right.
Saturday on Sirius XM.
Sirius XM, a great interview with Kim, Detroit's finest. Kim, I got to talk to
Oh,
him.
Myra.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Just tell them I said what's up, okay? Let them know I was thinking about them, okay?
I shall indeed.
And that is at 11 o'clock
11
Eastern.
o'clock Eastern, 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 p.m. where my
For
nephews are in
your
California,
there you go.
and
There you go.
ready to figure it out. But
Okay.
it's fun. Sirius XM, channel 48.
Channel 48. Yeah.
Yes.
Heart and soul. All right, Myra, good luck with the foot. We're
Yes, ma'am.
waiting to see you run that
Okay.
race real soon.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Gotta
And
win that
Yes.
race.
and to see you out on the road soon too. Talked to Damon the other day, and he was talking about kind of venturing out there. So, I know,
Yeah.
I know, I
Well.
know, I know, I know.
Yeah. Well, look,
Um,
they gonna have to stick a Blu-ray light up in there, and everybody. some laser beams,
and you know
a
what?
couple of vaccinations,
That's gonna be a
some
roundtable
Vicks
we're gonna
vapor
do
rub.
one day. That's gonna be a roundtable with all the comedians and talking about that again, as far as where we
Yeah.
are and how people want to do that. Tomorrow is Thursday. It's George Wallace Day. I thank you guys. I love you. I appreciate you. Wash your hands, mask up, be careful, be safe, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday.
All right.
Let it be. Let it